Hello, all my sleepy bears. My name is Chronically Blue, and welcome to Bastion. You may have been wondering where I've been, and you may even be happy that I'm back with a Let's Play. I've been moving a lot, and I also got hit by a hurricane, but you know, it's all fine. It's all fine. We're all good. Also, listen to this. Do you hear how silent that is? Like, I don't even have to put on, like, noise reduction. Like, it's so cool. But yes, it's only myself and my boyfriend living here now. We only have a cat, so thankfully, a lot more time to record, a lot less work for me, as well as it's just a lot better in general. Of course, I'm going to turn the subtitles on just because I really enjoy the subtitles, but also, this is my second time playing this game. First time paying attention to the story. I first found this game when someone reviewed it, but this game came out in 2015. I started playing it on the Switch, and I'm like, this is actually fun.
Story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one.
It's not simple? Okay.
Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky.
Well, that's fun.
He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble. Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why.
I would be very curious as to why the ground comes up beneath
Finds his
him.
lifelong friend just lying in the road.
It's a hammer.
It's a touching reunion.
Yes, so as you can tell, there's going to be a lot of talking in this game.
He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. In the Calamity.
So what I'm going to do is when it comes time to like actual
That's
story
survivor.
stuff, I'm going to not
Man,
talk.
It's a gas
but-
fella, forced out from underground.
When it comes to like regular stuff, I'm just going to talk over and you can read the subtitles if you like.
Fella got a piece of him though.
So yes, as I was saying, I got this game on the Switch as a discount. I started playing it, and I'm like, oh well, this is actually pretty fun. And then I unintentionally beat the game, and I'm like, that was actually fun. I kind of want to do a Let's Play of it. So I went and bought it on the PS4, because we love supporting indies.
Sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do.
Alright then. So
Gotta
this
hold it
is
still, spin
a...
up the chamber.
I don't know if it's like a third person or a top down. It's a action game, a bit of an action adventure game, beat 'em up.
Kids worked up quite a
We're going
thirst
to
by
get
now,
a
so the
bunch
fountain
of
looks
weapons.
real inviting.
The fountain, this is where we go
Sometimes you
to
just
get
need
our
a
health
drink.
tonics as well as our health restored. We press triangle, we heal. But yeah, I just really enjoyed this game, and this is my first time actually paying attention to the story, so it'll be really fun. We found a crystal red from a girl we used to know, and now we have a bunch of squirts around us. So this game it's very unique. It is very easy to just turn your brain off and just play throughout the entire game. And now, my boyfriend was specifically like, hey, what's going on with the story? Why aren't you reading? I'm like, oh, I don't care about the story. What? Yeah, I don't care about the story. Oh, I care about the story. I don't.
Inside one of Zealandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The Calamity got him before his drinking did.
So yes, anytime you see a character that is like all grayed out, that means that they are just
Rondi always
Ash.
wears
They are
Ash's
not a
scatter
real
here.
person. I mean, they were a real person, but now they're
The
dead.
kid finds his trusty shield.
Yes, and here we have our shield. This becomes a very important mechanic into the game, where if you press the L2 button, or hold it, you can defend. This comes up
Security
with
takes him for a
the...
petty thief.
I just forgot the name of it. Great, awesome. A counterattack. What you do is when you press the shield button at the last second before you get hit, it'll either shoot the projectiles back, but it will always make it so you do not get hit, unless it's a really strong enemy. So, as you see here, I'm using the Thing Repeater a lot, as well as the hammer. With the Thing Repeater, it has 8 shots, I want to say. You do not have to aim, because it does the aiming for you with the Thing Repeater, but you're also unable to move while you are firing it. With the hammer, it's just like a regular hammer. You can attack. If you press the X button, you will actually roll, which allows you to evade most attacks. So it becomes very useful and definitely comes in handy when you are going through a big horde of monsters or squirts, like we are currently doing right now. As I am all settled in to the house, I'm very excited. I was able to get all my game systems plugged in, as well as I got a little gift for myself, which I hope you will all enjoy too. As you can tell, when I play the old games, I try to make it the 4:3 aspect ratio, but due to the plugin I have, it causes it to always be 16 by 9, so I force it back to 4 by 3, which doesn't look great, and it bothers me greatly, which is why I went and got a thing that'll be coming in as a Friday, so when I do a Let's Play on any other old console, it'd be the regular 4 by 3 aspect ratio.
And it ain't broke.
Here we have the Breaker's Bow, one of my favorite weapons in the game. What you do is you hold it and you charge up a shot and then you can let it go, and it's very powerful.
He knows he should draw the string all the way back.
Yeah, this game really treats you like you're 3 years old. It just likes to talk about stuff.
The kid pockets a memento from a breaker, once the fastest man in the land.
Here we have something stringy. When it comes to... The something string is actually what we're going to use in order to upgrade our weapons. Not just something stringy, something blank. Anything that has something in front of it, you know it's going to be an upgrade for a weapon. But just picking it up doesn't allow us to upgrade the weapon. We have to upgrade it, unlock something special, and then be able to purchase it. Now you may notice that while we are defeating enemies, you'll see the experience points coming up. That is very important.
Picks up a few pointers from a dusty.
So that is a secret skill, the Whirlwind. If you see the book with the page, that is a secret skill that allows you to use it by using a black tonic and pressing R2. If you're playing the PlayStation version anyway. Anyway, back to the experience. As you look under the health bar, you'll see the experience bar. When that goes all the way up, we gain a level, as well as we also increase our health.
One sip of the spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel like a new man.
So this is the distillery. We get to choose one of 3 things. We have the Squirt Cider with Ferment, which adds 10% max health. The Dead Drum, 10% critical hit chance only when at full health. And then we have the Fetching Fizz, which absorbs stray fragments, which started as a barroom prank, but evolved to become popular with miners and scrap workers' metallic aftertaste. I'm going to use the Fetching Fizz because if you're playing like any game and there's going to be a bunch of stuff around, why would you want to have to go and pick up each individual thing when you can just attract it? It just makes way more sense. So I'm going to go with the Fang Repeater as well as the Cruel Hammer. It just works a bit best in this area here. Again, as I said, with the Fang Repeater, you do not have to aim with it, but you also gotta stand still. You're not able to move. So you gotta be really careful with it. You gotta make sure that you do your shots, get them in, and then move to some safety so that way you don't leave yourself too exposed. Here we have a squirt machine, which I just destroyed, but we're gonna see them a lot. It reminds me a lot of a claw machine or cotton candy, and it would just keep on squirting out squirts until you destroy it.
An old ferry barge sends the kid on his way. The Bastion's real close now.
But we're not close yet. We still have to defeat more enemies. Anyway, yeah, this game is fun. I really enjoy it. It doesn't seem like a lot right now, but don't you worry. It's going to get a lot better. This is just the first level. You can't judge a game based on the first level. It is literally just the tutorial. Although, I do judge games on the first levels when I'm playing Game Grab. That's because I'm just giving it like 5 minutes, just a stage or whatever, just to give it a little shot to see if it's something I'd want to keep playing. So, when it comes to listen, this is a Let's Play, so I already know that I'm very much invested into this to be able to go and record a bunch of episodes. So I'm just saying, hold on, give it another episode, and we're going to see a lot more action here. As you see, it is very important in order to use the dodge, in order to avoid any weapons and attacks, as well as to make sure to use these secret skills so we can get a lot of damage done in a very short amount of time in order to destroy as many enemies as possible. And we also have the Globber, I want to say is what their name is. Every time you attack them, they do shrink down, but they throw a lot of gunk that causes pain and stains the floor, which is great for all the cleaners out there. So, you know, that's awesome. What happens there is when that big monster shoots us up into the sky, we can press the X button to recover, or the B button if you're on the Switch, or the A button if you're on the Xbox. I really hate how game companies keep changing the controllers. It makes it really difficult to pay attention.
He steals the city's heart. Might as well.
So what we just picked up was a core, and it's going to be very important. However, I can't really explain the reason for that yet, but I will, again, remember, I beat this game one time before. I did not pay attention to this story, so rest assured I will not spoil anything about the story. Now, what, oh, that's my phone, sorry. Now, what will happen is if we get a health tonic, when we already have all of our health tonics full, as well as our full health already there, we're going to get 10 experience. With the black tonic, you don't get anything extra if you collect them when you already have them full. But we got a trophy here for the stranger.
Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races.
Now we are at the Bastion.
Anybody else survive?
Bastions are a mini like
Sure
hub
enough,
world, more or
he
less.
Finds another. He finds me. We talk for a spell. There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest, enough to point the way to the cores.
And we need the cores to rebuild the Bastion.
All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there, then watch. I try to let the kid down gently. This is the Bastion, all right. Except no one else showed up.
Yeah, so what happened was there was a calamity, and that caused lots of people to die. Almost
Just
everyone.
like that, the Bastion
However,
comes
with us
alive.
putting the core in, the Bastion starts to come alive, so we can start to
Growing
rebuild
stronger.
stuff in order to be able to
Kid's
assist
gotta
us
put
throughout our
its power to
adventure.
good use.
But
Now the Bastion can
there's
send
no
it
one
even
else here.
farther.
It's just myself, a stranger, and trying to find the cores in order to be able to assist. But we do get the option in order to choose what we want to build. We have the arsenal, which allows us to choose our weapons and secret skills, or the distillery, which allows us to select our specific drinks, which will assist us passively.
Makes
So you can
time
only
simple
choose the
spiritual
distilleries
by personal
before you go
supply.
into a level. You cannot change them in the middle of a level unless there is a distillery there. We have the Hardy Punch, which has which gives us an extra chance to carry on if defeated. 100% critical heart chance for the Were Whiskey, and the Cinder Brick Stout, which is 33% speed while defending. It has spicy, nutty flavors and a dry aftertaste. And that's it. We also have the Squirt Cider, which gives us 10%
Squirt
plus
cider
10 max
will
health, which
toughen
we're just
you
going to
right
go
up.
ahead and go for, because
Too
everything
bad
else
about
doesn't
the
really
musty
seem important to me.
aftertaste.
So we're just going to go for the stuff that kind of
Skyway.
makes the most sense.
Now the kid can ride
Now
the
you
wind
will
of
see
his
here that
command.
there is the little Breaker's Bow proving ground. These will definitely pop up all around. You can go to them anytime. What happens is it's just short little challenges where you get ranked 3 times. The first time just for beating it, the second time for beating it in a time limit, third time for beating it in even a stricter time limit. You do not have to do them all. If you beat the third and second one, you will
Now
tend
he
to get
lands at the
stuff to
intersection
upgrade your
between
weapons.
bad and
If you
wrong.
complete the third one, that's when you're going to get a secret skill that you'll be able to use.
Ought to be a core down one of these twisted streets. But which one? He heads for the Squirt Steps. Won't be no field trip this time.
Here we have my favorite weapon, the War Machete. It is so versatile. First off, I really love the really fast weapons. It's so awesome. I just get to spam it, and it's so cool. I feel so awesome. But this also works as a long-range weapon. It does take a little bit to build up, just like the Breaker's Bow, but with the War Machete, again, you have that really fast up-close action, as well as you can roll away and then do the long attack, and it's so awesome. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is how with most of the weapons such as the Breaker's Bow and the War Machete, when you hold it in order to charge up the attack, the kid, that's basically his name, we do not have a name for him yet, and we can't just call him Bastion, the kid will start to glow a little bit, and then once he turns white, that means you have to release it right then and there in order to use a power throw. Okay, I'm just gonna turn my phone off because it's really good at making sounds right now. But yes, so right there, if I held it a little bit longer, we would have seen it. We would have seen the kid glow a little bit, and then we'll be able to use a power attack. The power attack is really good, but it's a little hard to time. But after practice, you will definitely get it.
No white gas fellas all dressing like kids wondering the same thing.
And we just picked up a Ragged Hood. What's going to happen is, again, everything here, everyone died. There's nothing left, so we're just going around picking up little mementos, and we're going to be able to talk to the stranger, or the old man, in order to get more information about it. And it is a little fitting how the narrator is an old man, because they just love to talk. That actually reminds me of the story about how at my job I had someone who enjoyed to talk and was going through all of the bad stuff, all of the good stuff, their interests, the stuff they love, the stuff they hate, how their previous times were, how they want their future times to go, and let's just say they talked to me for an hour and 45 minutes. Now this is where we were able to actually upgrade our weapons. So we have the Kale Hammer, or the Something Stringy, and we can get the 25% speed or the 2 penetration per attack. You only have to pay for the upgrade once, then you can switch between it anytime you go to the forge. However, there's only 3 upgrades per each weapon, so it's not going to take a lot in order to upgrade it. You just have, the biggest part is just finding the items that you need in order to upgrade the weapons. That's the most difficult part, such as right here, we got the Something Sharp, which would be able to allow us to upgrade the War Machete, so we can either get a 20% chance or attacks that cripple foes and deal damage over the time. You already know me, I'm going to go for the one that deals damage over time and cripples foes, because I really enjoy weapons when, again, just gameplay wise, I don't have any weapons. I really enjoy weapons that deal damage over time. It feels so much more effective, because I can just throw the War Machete at a squirt, forget about it, go and attack 5 other monsters, and by the time I come back, that squirt is dead. It's great. I love it. Now here we did get the Squirt secret skill, which attacks enemies for us as well as stops enemies from attacking us by putting themselves in their place. Okay, and we just had to defeat that big one. All the other guys are going to disappear, and now we have the core, as well as another 10 experience for the health tonic.
Kid's ready to go, and his ticket out's right where he started.
So what's going to happen here is, as you can tell, or if you can't tell, the old man is going to give us a lot of hints. So if you don't know what's going on, if you just stay still for a little bit, he will more often than not tell you what's going on, which is what I really enjoy, because I really like when he goes, by the way, you're going to go back to where you started in order to get back to the Bastion. It's really helpful. I like it and don't like it at the same time, because the old man talks a lot, and I definitely feel a little bit rude talking over him. However, at the same time, I kind of have to.
The monument's calling for it.
Let's see what the stranger has to say about the Ragged Hood.
The windbags used to be alright. Then the Calamity took the floor out from under him.
There's a little squirt. If they have hearts over their heads, that means that they are friendly. They're not trying to hurt us.
Fair, he decides what we build next.
Yeah, so the stranger doesn't really get to dictate anything. He just tells the story, but we are able to build stuff in however order we want. So next we are most likely going to build the forge, just because that allows us to upgrade the weapons. The arsenal is not necessary, but we will be getting it very soon.
A lot of things need fixing up in this world, and we can start right here.
So yeah, we're going to go ahead and go for the 2 target penetration per shot, because that's definitely going to come in handy for not only enemies, but also for the proving grounds, which we will be able to see very soon. Speaking of proving grounds, we're actually going to go to the Breaker's Bow proving grounds, just to go ahead and see what's going on. Right here with the Breaker's Bow, if you release an arrow at just the right time, you can get a power shot, as I was explaining before.
Breakers used to come here for target practice. Used to play a little game. See who could bust the most targets and the fewest shots.
Yes, so this is one of the proving grounds. There's one for every weapon.
He's armed.
The best thing, every single one of them is different. It's not always, oh, you're shooting targets. The best one for this one is to aim in a line, so that way you'll be able to knock out at least 3 each time. Because if you sit there and go 1 at a time, you're gonna spend quite a while here. And if you, again, if you really want to release the, you want to get the action shot at just the right time, in order to destroy as many as possible. And just like that, we got the first and second prize. In order to get the third prize, we have to destroy everything in 5 shots. I know, we were really close, but we'll get it next time, I promise you. Again, all we got there was something stringy and something fancy, which will allow us to upgrade our weapons once we have enough souls, which is the little blue things that we are attracting now, or fragments, whatever they're called. But yes,
He returns with some of the
I'm going back into my job. I'm so sorry. We're going to go ahead, and because we did not get a core, we're just going to go ahead and walk over to the stranger. There's nothing else to talk about. So, thank you all for watching, all my sleepy bears. Actually, we're going to go over to the forge. And yes, so we got something fancy, which it's just a material for a certain weapon. We do not have it yet. Thank you all for watching, sleepy bears. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Thank you all for watching this episode of Bastion. Goodbye, sleepy bears.